It is Jacket Talk Overtime, and it is brought to you today by Mid-Missouri Bank, by Ginger Wellness, Jacket Nation Sports, and by Mercy. We're in downtown Lebanon at Buzzcuts, and Lebanon swimming will be our topic of conversation today when we return in just a moment.
My name is Jaysha Connor, owner and nurse practitioner here at Ginger Wellness. I believe that sometimes healthcare does too much, and I believe that's where wellness centers can really bridge that gap and really give people some confidence in natural ways, healthier ways, to really improve quality of life and to get healthy.
We want to feel better and live better lives. It's not about quantity, it's a lot about quality of your life.
Ginger Wellness is where I went to get my quality of life back.
How much has your bank paid you? We've paid our Kasasa account holders more than $7 million since 2017. Open an account in minutes to get in on the earnings today.
Jacket Talk Overtime from Buzzcuts in downtown Lebanon, as it is our first December interview, and we're joined by Lebanon swimming coach David Krebs to talk about the pool Yellow Jackets. And your guys had a good season this fall, didn't they?
They did really well. Wasn't expecting a lot because it was a rebuild year, and I got surprised at the end of the season by Benjamin Nelson and Eli Havens. They swam really well at Southwest Mo, and then at State they did even better. Eli finished 12th in the 100 butterfly, and Benjamin finished 19th in the 50 free. Didn't see any of that coming, and they just got in the pool and surprised the daylights out of me. And then they were joined in the 400 free relay by Jackson Fisher and Lucas Keene, and those guys were literally seated last. They swam in lane 1, and they swam to 18th place, dropped their time like 14 seconds. It was incredible, just incredible to watch how well they all swam. So I was very proud of the boys this season.
Was their individual times kind of on an upward slope as the season went along?
Yes, they were plodding along, dropping just a little bit, and then the last meet hit, and like they're supposed to, they lost seconds big time as they're supposed to do in swimming. So I was very proud of how they worked all season, and they finished like they should. They had their best meet at the state meet. And
talk about the competition this fall, some of your dual meets, and how the team fared there.
We finished okay. We ran into a lot of stiff competition. A lot of the other schools were swimming well, really well. We finished, I think our highest finish was 5th place. We had an opportunity to finish in 3rd place, and we had a disqualification that kind of bummed us out, but we swam pretty well. We did win 2nd place at the West Plains Invitational. First time we've ever won a plaque, so that was kind of a high point, which was okay. We did well. We did better than I thought we were going to do, having only 7 swimmers. We placed pretty well. I'm very happy with how we did in the dual meets and everything for the boys.
Mm-hmm. When you talk about qualifying for state, what's involved there as far as?
They have set times. You have to make a time, and if you make that time, you've qualified, and then they only take the fastest 32. So it's a little different than a lot of places. There's no, if you finish 1st place and all this other stuff, there's a set time. If you make the time, you're there. And then they pick the top 32. So Benjamin, you have swimmers. Benjamin qualified in the 1500. Eli qualified in the 100 fly and the 200 free. Eli's 200 free wasn't in the top 32, so he didn't get to swim at state in the 200 free. There are swimmers that qualify in all 8 races, and they can only swim 2. So that's how we, it backs up. So, I was qualified in 4 and I only picked 2, then the 33rd guy goes, and then, you have all kinds of guys going. So it's interesting how they do it, but only the top 32 fastest swim in each event.
In the Southwest Missouri area this year, how was the competition? How would you rate it compared to others?
Oh, it's pretty good. Glendale has a really good team. We swim against Joplin that has a good team. Nevada has a good team. overall, we have Glendale has a big team. Nixa has a big team. Kickapoo has a big team. And then everybody else we're sitting around 8, 9, 10 swimmers. And we have enough to win events, but we don't have enough to dominate everything. It's kind of like you're playing football and you have 12 guys to go both ways. You can do well until the third quarter when everybody starts getting tired and it all falls apart on you.
How many years for you as the head swimming coach at Lebanon?
I've been doing this. This is my 8th year coaching the boys and 2nd year coaching the girls.
And you were there at the beginning of the formation of the program?
I was not. They started the program when I started teaching in Lebanon 10 years ago. So they had 2 other coaches for both the boys and the girl, or for the boys before I started coaching the boys, and the girls, it's been an assortment in there before I took over for the girls.
What's your area of teaching expertise at the high school?
I teach physics.
Physics. Well, that comes in handy when it comes to swimming, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Wow. How many years as an educator?
I have 10 years at Lebanon, 2 years in Climax Springs, and 1 year in Illinois.
I see. Where's your hometown?
Stickney, Illinois, outside of Chicago.
Okay. From the big city to rural Missouri.
Yes.
Well.
And I'm enjoying it here.
Where do the Yellow Jackets practice to swim?
At the YMCA. We share the pool with everybody else in Lebanon. We swim from 3:30 to 5:30.
So there are other individuals in the pool at the time that you're practicing?
We are currently taking 4 of the 6 lanes. With the boys, we only took 3, and it's interesting.
No doubt. How many squad members for the boys this fall?
We had 7, and we're at 15 for the girls.
I see.
So we make a choppy pool when we're swimming all together.
Any former Yellow Jackets that are still competing at the next level currently?
Dakota Windsor is still competing at Drury, and he's the only one I know of that he regularly shows up and comes and practices with me every now and then. He's the only one I know for sure that is still competing. And who? Rockhurst. Sorry, got the school wrong. Thank you, ladies. They always keep me honest. So,
what's a usual day of practice for a swimming squad?
Well, the girls will tell you the usual day of practice is they do a 200 meters swim, 200 meters kick, 200 meters pull, and then I have them do 40 100s, 4,000 meters. And they hate that. They always try to get me to do something fun, so I mix it up, and it's still 4,000 meters is what they swim, and then they do a warm down. So it's about an hour, 15 minutes of swimming, hour and a half of swimming. The girls are always asking for something fun. I never give it to them.
What about the ladies squad? What are your expectations for them going
So
forward?
we have our first 2 meets this Thursday and Friday, and we have another meet Monday. I continually have a conversation every morning with the jerk that scheduled this, and he's unrepentant about having them do 3 meets in a row. They're looking really good. I'm really excited about where the girls are going to be. It's going to be interesting to see where we place. Misty and Lucy are looking really good. We have 2 freshmen that are coming up. Actually, we have 3 freshmen that are looking really, really good that are going to add to the team. So it's going to be interesting to have more options with relays and different events and spreading Lucy and Misty and all the girls out to cover more events. So I think we're going to really do well. Monday, we're the defending champions for the Invitational in West Plains, and I'm hoping to repeat there and take that Invitational again. It's going to be interesting. It just came in today. One of the schools showing up with 25 swimmers, so that's going to be kind of a challenge. To beat them if they actually have 25 swimmers there. They can put more swimmers in each event and they score points because I just don't have as many bodies there. But we'll see. Mm-hmm. We'll see how everybody does. If I finish 2 swimmers in the top 5, it doesn't matter how many swimmers they have. And we have the ability to do that. So we'll see how it goes.
So as an on-campus educator and an in-classroom teacher, you have access to all the students within the school system. What's your process of trying to recruit them to get involved in swimming?
I have the girls do that for the girls because I tend to be intimidating. I scare people. And the boys recruit the boys. We also have a city swim team that swims over the summer at Boswell, and they're swimming now for the Y. And that's the big draw we have. And we have a lot of kids swimming there. There's between 40 and 50 swimmers there. But if anyone's interested in swimming and anyone went to high school, they can come out. In fact, that's one of the unique things about Benjamin. He started his sophomore year. He could barely swim. And he finished 19th in the state 3 years later, which is kind of impressive.
Tremendous.
Yep.
Coach, anything else to add?
Nothing else.
All right. Congratulations on a good fall, and best of luck with the ladies during the winter. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
That's Lebanon swimming coach David Krebs joining us on Jacket Talk Overtime. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Jacket Talk Overtime from Buzzcuts in downtown Lebanon. We're pleased to be joined by Lebanon swimmers Ben Nelson and Eli Havens after their state competition this fall. Ben finished 19th in the 50 free. Talk about that race.
I think the big takeaway for me, especially ending it off senior year, was it was a three-way tie. So swimming wise, since it's like down to the millisecond, and it being just all of our heat was, there was two other guys that got the exact same time as me. And if they wouldn't have, and I would have got a better time, I would have probably been in finals. But just us being all together, which all together is so rare. Like that never happens. Normally it's like at most one person gets the exact same time as you, but especially at state and two other people getting the exact same time in the same race just never happened. So it was really cool. Never had that happen. And at that point I didn't much care that I didn't make finals at that. That was just stupid cool.
Mm-hmm. Were there other people in your heat race that you had faced earlier in the season? Were you familiar with the competition somewhat?
Yeah. So most of the ones in my heat were from either, I think it was Springfield Central, and it was the two guys that I did tie off with were from Springfield Central. They did great at state. A lot of them defended championships and whatnot, but yeah, most of them were Springfield Central, and most of the other ones were other places in Missouri that we had never gone against in our league, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm. Eli Havens, 12th in the 100 butterfly. Is that your best race?
Yeah, that's my main event, what I specialize in, I guess. So
how'd you feel you performed at state?
Pretty well. That was my first time going to state as an individual. My freshman year, I went on a relay as an alternate. Sophomore year, I was very close but didn't qualify. So it was amazing to finally go and experience it as an individual and to do so well.
How much did nerves come into play at state for you?
A lot.
Given the fact you'd competed previously.
Yeah. I have this horrible habit of overthinking things. And so like, I always when I'm just sitting there waiting for my event, I'm always like, oh no, what if I do this? Oh no, what if I do that? So I had to Krev gave me the best advice, which was just don't think, just do. And that helped me out a lot, I guess. Managed to get my nerves to go down a bunch. So
how'd your season go? Kind of take us through the pathway from early in the season all the way to state.
So funny story, at the first meet, I qualified for state for the consideration time, which is 101. And then after that, I didn't drop any time in the butterfly at all. And it was like maybe like a millisecond here or there. And then at the final 5 meets, I dropped 5 seconds. And I managed to go to state. So it was good. What else? I tried the 200 IM, which is every stroke at the beginning of the season, but I wasn't really good at it. So I ended up doing the 200 freestyle, which I did pretty good in, and I almost qualified for state in that. I was just a few spots behind the top 32, so it was a good season. I think probably my best season yet.
What prompted you to get involved in swimming?
I wasn't good at any other sports. I tried baseball. I wasn't good at it. Tried wrestling. Wasn't really good. So one day my dad was like, hey, do you want to try swim? There's a swim team at the Y. And I said, sure, why not? And ever since then, I've loved swimming.
Ben, how about you? Where was your formation into swimming?
I would say it was pretty random, honestly. I started my sophomore year, and previously, the only sports I had ever done were Little League soccer And freshman year, I did boys tennis, but I mean, I just wasn't any good. And my awesome mom always was like, "Yeah, you got that swimmer bod. You could totally do it. You're long and lengthy." And I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess I could try it. And sophomore year, you see the little club signups kind of deal, and I knew currently he knows him. There was a guy named Caden Roberts, his freshman year, my sophomore year, and he was just like, "Yeah, you should sign up. It's just whatever, man." And I was like, "Okay, sure." And lo and behold, I did pretty dang good for first year starting off, and I was just so hyped to keep going. I mean, finish off high school and doing that. And I mean, yeah, I guess that's what got me going. I just kind of randomly plopped into it and loved it ever since.
How much swimming do you do in the off season?
I would say with Krev, he does a was it like a 3 month off season? Yeah. So after the girls get done, there's like a 3 month off season of just like kind of medium to like hard intensity practice just to keep us in shape. And then during the summers, I would join the summer league team over, and we would practice at the public pool. And man, those practices were something.
Yeah.
Pool would be like 38 degrees on a good day. It was awful.
Yeah, it's pretty cold.
Yeah. And I would do that during the summer to keep me in shape as well, and then just go right into next season for high school.
Coach Krev, is he a encourager or is he a taskmaster?
Depends who you are.
He's a encouraging taskmaster. I'd say on us, he's a commander for sure. I feel like he utilizes his Navy personality with us, and for me, it works off pretty well because I'm just used to having that like hard kind of task management from him, and it keeps me motivated to keep working hard. But I don't know, some of the other guys might be different, but I just like having that very stern and just repetitive kind of hardness on us to keep us going and not slowing down or doing anything less than what we have already done.
Do you take strength and conditioning to heart? Do you lift weights to get prepared for swimming?
I lift weights at the I take the weights classes at the schools, and then I also go to the field house and lift weights with the YMCA team. They have a few kids that do that there. I sign up for it. Mm-hmm. I'm also on the YMCA team, so I guess that's my conditioning during the off season. So
same for you, Ben. Pump iron.
Yeah. Whenever I got weights class in school, I do that. And then if I have enough time between swim and work, and like it calls for, a little bit more training, I'll go to the YMCA and just pump some iron. Mm-hmm. Nothing crazy, just stuff to keep my strength up and up to par. Yeah.
What's your future plans after high school?
Hopefully get accepted into College of the Ozarks. That's my number one school right now. Pursue a bachelor's in criminal justice or something along those lines, and hopefully get into the field of like investigation or just something along those lines. I'm kind of open right now to whatever opens up to me, but I want to be just in the field and doing the dirty work. I want to be there, not just sitting behind desk doing analytics or something. I want to be doing the nitty gritty.
Eli, you got one more year in school at Lebanon.
Yep.
What's your future going to be looking like if you really put some thought into it?
My plan is to go to Mizzou and hopefully join the Coast Guard, do my time there, so I have pay for my college and be able to get benefits. Mm-hmm. Also, because Coast Guard's a lot of water. I feel like my swimming skills would be best utilized there. So
awesome. Guys, congratulations on an outstanding season. Best of luck going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
That's Eli Havens and Ben Nelson from the Lebanon Swimming Squad joining us today on Jacket Talk Overtime. Back with Ramsey in just a moment.
Welcome back to Jacket Talk Overtime. I'm Ramsey with LEB TV, and I'm sitting down with...
I'm Missy Mizell, and I'm Lucy Huff.
All right, girls. So you're swimmers, and we'll get into that. But before we started, you guys said you would do a cooking show. And we need a cooking show, so you're signed up.
Oh, okay. Great. Sounds good.
What are you going to cook?
I like the idea of ramen.
Yeah, we could probably bake some cookies too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hold on. Ramen takes nothing. Okay, ramen. Are you...
Hey, I know how to make cream horns too.
You know how to make cream horns?
I made it for my grandma.
Right. So back to the ramen, though. Are we a seasoning in the boiling water or seasoning after you cook the noodles?
After.
I think after, yeah.
Am I doing it wrong this whole time?
Mm-hmm. Well, if you like do it before, then you'll have to drain out like half the seasoning.
But it cooks the seasoning into the noodles.
Maybe I'm doing it wrong.
I eat ramen like one time a year. So is that like a staple for you guys?
I don't eat it very often. No.
Oh, well then why do you want to cook it?
Because it's easy.
Yeah, it's not hard
All
to
right.
do.
If you could cook one thing that's not ramen or cookies.
Mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was going to say.
Which is it's basically the same thing. Velveeta or Kraft?
Oh, Velveeta.
Velveeta. Have you tried the new Kraft ones with the jalapeno or the ranch?
No, my mom gets the healthy kind.
Oh.
Annie's.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. What about you?
I haven't tried the new ones, no.
I think they made Velveeta shells smaller too. Or is it just me?
I don't know. I haven't noticed.
I don't like how they stick together. Like they fit inside each other too, so you don't get as many, I feel like.
Good thing I use Annie.
I've not had those.
They're actually pretty good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised. I know you guys you're very athletic, very healthy-minded folks. Known your dad for a long time. Known your mom. You've been swimming a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long?
I've been swimming since I was 5.
Since you were 5.
Yeah.
All right. Missy?
About 7 years.
7 years. Now, are you both seniors? I know.
I'm a senior.
And I'm a junior.
You're a junior.
Yep.
So you got another year left.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like being on the swim team in high school?
It's fun. We're like a family. Like, I see them every day, and just swimming with them, like, they push me to be better. So,
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And you guys practice at the Y, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I heard you before you were filming Coach Krev too, and he said he didn't like that. You got your phones put away now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like being on camera, so you can't film me. So how long have you been swimming?
7 years.
7 years. Okay. Plans to swim after high school?
I'd like to, yeah.
What's your favorite event? Stroke?
Either 100 backstroke or 50 freestyle.
Which one are you better at?
Probably 50 freestyle, but I've always done backstroke, so it's just something I like doing.
All right. And we know you've signed to compete at the next level. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've signed to swim at Truman State. I'm really excited. And I swim I swim 50 free too, and then I also swim 100 breaststroke. But I like everything pretty much besides fly.
Besides fly?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I was a swimmer. There's a picture floating around when I was on swim team when I was a kid.
Really?
It was something. Butterfly is tough. It's
Yeah.
a full body experience, right?
Yeah.
And that's why you don't like it, or just do you feel like you're not as...
No, it's hard.
It's hard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really tiring.
Yeah.
You get tired quick.
Well, do they have butterfly long distance? They don't, right? It's only like the 50 and the 100, right?
They have the 200 too.
Not
but
many.
like I've never swum it.
I can't imagine, because now, oddly, swimming is in meters. We're not talking yards.
Well, we swim yards.
Oh, you swim yards?
Yeah, the Y is in meters, but every other meet we go to is in yards.
Oh, okay. So that's where I always got confused, because the Y is meters. How
Yeah.
many? So a 50-meter swim is down and back.
Yeah.
100 meters is down, back, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you like? Tell us about why swimming. Like, what's different about swimming, or why are you a swimmer as opposed to a basketball player or
Well,
volleyball?
I actually like playing sports other than swim. Like I did soccer and I really enjoyed it. But the thing about swim that like keeps me going back is that like it's like almost therapeutic. Like I just like put my head in the water and I don't have to talk to anyone, or like I can just think about
Right.
like everything. So like anything that I've had in my mind, I can just think about it, and it's like therapy almost. And then you get to talk to your friends at the wall and stuff too. But I don't know, I like it.
You?
Yeah. I also play volleyball, but
Okay.
I think for swim it's an individual sport. So like what I put into it, like
Mhm.
I control the outcome.
Yeah.
So like what you do,
Mhm.
you see the results.
That's got to be
Yeah,
pretty
I agree.
fulfilling, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's also that team aspect too. You
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
some
Relays.
That's true.
You guys both do relays?
Yeah.
Mhm. We're normally on the same one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Same. You guys talk at the same time and you're in the same events, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I got 5 questions for you,
Okay.
and they're going to be 5 for her and 5 for you. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right. I actually wrote these down so I didn't mess them up.
ChatGPT.
No. No way, man. What makes you think that?
Because I saw it on your screen.
Then I'm not even going to use those. You get 5 new ones.
Okay.
All right. Favorite class?
Art.
Why?
Because I like art and it's easy.
What's your favorite thing to art?
I like to draw and I like ceramics.
Drawing and ceramics.
Mhm.
All right. Favorite movie?
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dale or Brennan?
Brennan.
Okay. One song you've got to play on repeat for 24 hours a day. One whole day, one song. That's all you get to listen to.
Mm,
And it's a day you're swimming.
oh. Maria by Justin Bieber.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. That was my walkout song for my 100 breast at Southwest Mo, which is like our second biggest meet. It's the one before we go to state. And so it just gives me hype.
Okay. So that's 3 questions. What do you want to do when you get older?
I want to be a therapist.
Therapist, like head therapist, speech therapist,
Like
physical.
a counselor. Like I wanna,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Why that?
Because I just like to make people like feel cared about and help like with their like mental health and stuff.
Oh, awesome. So we've done 4. Let's see, a 5th one. Who do you model swimming? Who's your favorite swimmer?
Caleb Dressel.
Caleb Dressel. Why Caleb?
Because he's a really good swimmer.
Not Katie Ledecky. Not who are some other swimmers?
Reagan.
Michael Phelps.
Yeah, Michael Phelps, but he's retired. Reagan Smith, Lily King. I like Lily King. Lydia Jacoby.
Okay. So, all right. Who was it again? I don't remember that. Caleb Dressel.
Yeah.
And what's he swim?
He swims sprint, so he does a lot of free and fly.
Okay. Someone you kind of model your swimming after?
Yeah, I actually do. I was watching him in the Olympics a couple years back, like not the most recent one, but the one before in like 2021. And they were talking about him on the news, like his start and how he does his start. And I started doing the same start that he does, and it's like made me faster, I think. So.
Okay. Now, time for your 5.
All right.
If you could have dinner with one person, anyone, who would it be?
Oh, I don't know.
Athlete, celebrity, politician.
Taylor Swift.
I knew you were going to say that.
Fair. Did you get to go to the Eras tour?
Mhm.
You did? Where?
We went in Kansas City.
So did I.
Really?
Fun day, yeah. Got tattooed right
What'd
here.
you dress as?
I wore a shirt, the Never Ever Getting Back Together shirt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did
I
you have
was
on
there.
sequins?
No, I didn't have to see.
I was there the same night.
You were there that same night?
She was the next night.
Yeah.
Incredible show, huh?
Yeah, it was fun.
So why Taylor Swift?
I like a lot of her music. Yeah.
And you do too. Okay. So, all right, we know Taylor Swift you'd have dinner with. Best Taylor song.
I don't know.
Come on.
I really don't know.
See, Taylor got popular when I was in college, but like started out as country. So like I'm all the way back to like Tim McGraw, that sort of Taylor. You're probably newer Taylor, right? But still like all of her stuff. But you can't pick a favorite Taylor song. Which song made you cry at the Eras tour?
Oh, Betty on her Full Floor album. I like
That's a
that
good
song.
one.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
what
one's
about
good.
that? Just hits home? Is it
It's just cute and I like it. It's a good song.
okay? Fair. All right. Who is your role model in swimming?
Like a swimmer or like,
Yeah, anyone.
I'd definitely say Reagan Smith. She's a backstroker and she's just like, she finds joy in swimming. Like she really enjoys it. And it's hard to like, or it's easy to get caught up in all the events and like how you're doing and forget that like it's something fun and like I should enjoy doing it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Swimming is different from all other sports, in my opinion, or you can chime in but the goal of swimming is to beat your previous time more than it is to beat the person beside you, right?
Yeah.
How do you achieve that? What goes into your training or that sort of thing how do you get better?
You just have to really focus in on your race and think about what you did last time that worked well and what you did that maybe didn't work as well. And just like believing that you can do it and that you can go faster. Because when you get out, you're like, that was all I had. Like,
Right.
I gave it everything. And then the next time you're like, well, I have to do that again, but faster. So you definitely just have to believe that like you have more.
Right? With you?
I would just say it's definitely mental too, because I don't know, but you have to train really hard. And then once you get to a meet, you can't be thinking about all the training that you've done and like every little nitpick of the stroke. You just have to go out and swim, because if you focus too much on one thing, then you'll forget other things. So you just have to trust your training and just like give it everything and not be too hard on yourself, because it's super mental. And if you swim bad in one race and you're like really caught up on it, it'll affect the rest of your meet.
Gotcha. So both of you have kind of mentioned open the gate on the deal. Sorry. I should help a little bit. So mental aspect. You want to be a therapist and get into the mental part. And you kind of mentioned what drives you and how you compete against yourself. How important is it? And what are some of the things you guys kind of do to get in that space?
I listen to a lot of music, and depending on what it is, like lyrics, or if like it's like hype music or whatever, that helps. And then I've learned a lot to just have fun at meets and not be stressed about how well it's gonna go, because the more I just relax and enjoy what I'm doing, the better I can usually swim.
Okay, cool. So what's going on in specifically swimming right now? Is it, when are we having our first meet? What's going on with that?
Our first meet's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have one Friday too.
And Monday.
Back to a couple days off to Monday. So where do you swim tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're in Carthage, and then on Friday we're in Springfield.
Okay. How many events will you swim?
Tomorrow I think 4 each day. Yeah.
For each day. And how many of you mentioned relays? So you'll swim, is that including relays? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's an all relay meet. The first
Okay.
one of every season is all relays to like get new swimmers just like into the swing of how a meet would go. And then Friday will be like an actual meet, and we can swim 2 individuals and 2 relays.
Okay. So you get 4 meets or 4 events per meet. What are some of the other ways you compete at the meets? Like there's team scoring, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
individual, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're usually day long.
Yeah,
Okay.
usually.
Yeah, they're after school, but like they still go pretty far into the night. So
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
So, what would you guys tell? You guys have obviously been swimming for a while. How would you recruit or encourage people that are maybe on the fence about swimming, or what would you say to those folks?
Especially to people who do other sports, it's really good like cross training because it's not really hard on your body, like your joints and stuff. So like people who run a lot, like in basketball or soccer or whatever, it's good for them and it's like good cross training and it's really good endurance, good for your heart. I think it's fun too, and the team we have is a lot of fun. Like we're all really good friends and we're all super close and we're all really nice people. So I think it's a really good idea for anyone to do it.
You?
yeah, I agree that it's great for other sports. Like when I played volleyball, I can tell that like the training I do in swim definitely helps. And just like Coach Krev is such a fun coach. He's great, and like all the swimmers, we just have a fun time.
It's a tight knit group you mentioned because there's
Mhm.
not how many girls are on the swim team?
This year we have like 15,
Yeah,
16,
12. Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
Cool. So first meet tomorrow,
Mhm.
second meet Friday, back on Monday.
Mhm.
How long swim usually win state?
End of February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You've got state aspirations.
Mhm.
Tell us about that.
Well, I want to do good at state, obviously, and like place top 8, get all state again, just because I did it last year. So I think I can keep moving up. Like I started at just going to state, and then the next year I like finaled or I finaled my first year, but then the next year I like finaled in both events, and then last year I placed top 8. So this year I'm hoping to do even better. But I'm just like wanting to have fun and enjoy my season, my last high school year of swim before I go to college and just enjoy my time.
And we touched on it. Truman State's next.
Yeah.
Um, you told me, but I want to hear it again. Why Truman?
Just I like the people that are there. Like I stayed overnight at an official visit and got to meet the team and see what it's like to live there. And we get to live in off-campus housing with the team after freshman year, which I really liked, and it's not very expensive at all. And I have good scholarships, and I'll get more scholarships for my academics. And I just think that I can go there and like hopefully be almost completely debt free, graduating. And I like the team, I like the coaches. I like the environment there a lot, and it's the perfect distance away too.
Now, distance. You
Mhm.
also mentioned that like there's some Minnesota meets and stuff, so you're gonna get
Yeah.
to travel a little bit.
Yeah. So I'll get to travel, which is kind of cool. And we'll get to travel as a team and stay as a team and like get to go together, which I think will be a lot of fun.
Awesome. So let me ask you this: Lucy is a swimmer. She's a grade older than you.
Yeah.
But what's it like seeing someone like Lucy get to go to the next level with something you're so passionate about? How does that help?
Yeah, well, I'm so proud of her for like going to college for it. I know that like that's a big deal and it's great for her. And it just shows that like you know, it's something that's possible for us from Lebanon to do, and like looking at colleges that could be something that I could do too. And yeah.
So definitely get to see that experience, little behind the scenes,
Mhm.
firsthand.
Yeah, I could ask her questions and just like
Well, that's what you were doing a while ago, talking
Yeah.
to her about different things at Truman and that.
Mhm.
So it's cool to see. So let's wrap this up. If you could tell Sally, the 12-year-old that watches the Olympics and is wanting to be like you when she gets older, what could you tell her?
just to like work really hard, and like stuff will get hard and it won't be easy, but like it all pays off in the end. And just to have fun with it.
We gotcha. Lucy?
I would say pretty much the same. Like, you have to work really hard and you have to make sacrifices on other stuff that you might not get to do, or something like time. You have to dedicate a lot of time to it, but it's worth it in the end. And to also make sure to have fun while you're doing it so that you don't get burnt out and enjoy it while you're doing it too.
Now, we can't end these interviews without talking about parents. So you get an opportunity to thank them, to talk about them. Tell us about your parents.
Well, I'll thank both my parents, obviously, because they both put in just like so much time and hard work and stuff to be able to like driving me to Springfield every day for practices for multiple years until I could drive, and just like paying for all my equipment and all my suits and like everything. And then my mom like taking off work to take me to stuff and come watch me at meets is just, I literally couldn't have done it without them. There's no way. They've
Gotcha.
sacrificed so much for me.
Siblings?
Millie? Millie, I love Millie. She's my best friend, and I'm glad she's doing swim with me this year, so I get to like experience doing a sport with her. But she makes sure to like let me know that she's proud of me, but also like that making sure that I'm having fun with it and enjoying it. And I really appreciate that from her. So.
Right. And you?
Yeah, my parents, they're great. I mean, my mom, she's always like supporting me, and my dad, he does too. Like they're at all my meets, and they're so sweet. And they're my support system. Like when I have a hard race or like I didn't do as well as I did, they're always like, well, you did your best. They're not hard on me when I'm hard on me. So it helps to have someone who's proud of me no matter what.
It doesn't hurt. Didn't they just take you to Disney World too? Did I see something like that?
Yeah. No, we went over Thanksgiving. It was fun.
Right? What was the best part of Disney?
I don't know. It's hard to choose. Just the weather, not being cold.
Not being cold. Are you a roller coaster person?
I am.
Have fun doing that?
Yeah, it was fun.
What about your dad? Does he get on them with you, or does he just watch?
No, he goes on the roller coasters, the ones that go upside down.
Who screams louder, you or him?
He doesn't scream, no.
He doesn't scream?
No.
He just handles it. He's pretty stoic. He doesn't get too animated about much, does he? Except for Halloween.
He loves Halloween. He does love Halloween.
Yeah, when
if you've seen our house, you know.
He had music going. He was having a good time.
He dresses up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Favorite holiday, both of you?
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah, definitely Christmas.
You didn't
like the 4th of July.
4th of July,
Ooh,
Christmas.
yeah.
Fireworks.
I like that it's hot.
It's hot.
Like hot dogs.
Yeah.
Like swimming. Yeah.
Hot
Swimming.
dogs. Well, guys, I appreciate you sitting down, chatting a little bit about swimming, about school, about life. So it was fun. We always end these with Go Jackets.
Oh, I was just say it.
Only one person, and it was a coach, has done this right. So
Go Jackets.
Go Jackets.
Go Jackets.